Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and if you were just watching my AMA with Adam Riva of Dauntless Dialogue, he had mentioned a story that two people in the Binghamton airport, which is about 60 or 70 minutes away, depending on how fast you go, were being tested for the deadly coronavirus. And immediately I wanted to see how quick this news had gotten, because apparently it was out there, I think, almost a day ago, and then it was updated that they were from Onondaga 7 hours ago, and then a couple hours ago it came out, of course, that they had tested negative. Now, I'm not watching a lot of the mainstream media coverage on the coronavirus, but what I am seeing is very, very alarming in the sense of quarantining. And I was highly doubtful when I was told that these people had been tested, again, about 60 miles away in Binghamton, out in Broome County, that they would come up positive. I think that at one point, they have pictures of possibly them or others being examined, for instance, with people in biosuits. So I don't know, are you guys, anybody in an airport, are they also seeing these biosuits anywhere? Are they seeing isolation facilities in the United States in case people need to be tested? Has anybody else in the United States, in these cities where there are testing, how many cases are confirmed in the US, right? By the way, it's me and Karma on our little walk and talk chat. Thumbs this video up, 45 watching, 9 thumbs up, let's get it going. Come on, Karma, nope. So, again, the 50 million people quarantined, the mass movement to build these facilities, I think that those are some of the things that really need to be looked at when we look at this case. So let's move on from the coronavirus scare, because again, they tested negative, and I think that we're going to be seeing a lot of this hysteria throughout the United States in the coming days and possibly weeks, okay? Thank you, Flick Off. We appreciate the sticker and the support, my friend. Next, let's start talking Marina Abramovic. Oh, that Marina and Microsoft. So, I've got a VR headset, and you could even argue that things like Google Glass, which was introduced years ago and never really took off, had something to do with mixed reality, right? Well, now Marina Abramovic is on a tour, some kind of a weird art tour, and thank you for the listeners putting that in the chat on my previous AMA, telling me about this, with Microsoft. It's very, very bizarre. I want to repeat that. So they chose this woman who wants to do spirit cooking with the Podesta brothers. They chose this woman who has some of the most grotesque and objectionable art I have ever seen with children to go on this tour. Now, I know that Bill Gates is no longer involved with Microsoft, really, at apparently any level. But, who knows where he's really at there, and, focusing on his foundations and such. But this just shows you where the priorities are of big tech, Silicon Valley. I mean, they push this stuff right in your face. Right, Karma? Don't they? Karma's like walking ahead of me and stuff. Although, we're going to take this as a shorter walk, Karma. I know she doesn't want to hear that. She whines at me all the time, but not only is it cold, but she's got that limp going. Wait, nope. See, now she's trying to go the other way. Oh. When we're talking about Abramovic, you gotta be suspect of her. I mean, she's talked in AMAs about how some of her private, quote-unquote, ceremonies that are extremely occult in nature, okay? Let me repeat that. Extremely occult in nature are real. Huh. They're not art. 90 watching. 29 thumbs up. Let's get those thumbs up. Think about that. So, if they're not just artwork, and they are real, and spirit cooking, if you look at her piece from way back in the day, there's a film of it. It involves semen, menstrual blood, and urine. What the fuck are you doing? And why in the fuck is that the shit that gets promoted? Seriously. And why in the world would a corporate entity like Microsoft want to continue to promote such a person and go on tour with them for their mixed reality tour? I mean, oh my goodness. You know, I don't want to get into the WikiLeaks emails too much. I don't want to get into, you know, the Podesta brothers' really weird art connection, or art connection. I mean, it's more than just an art connection, right? And I don't want to name any pizzerias, but damn, man, just the fact that nothing was done on any level to those people and that it was completely covered up should alarm people. And not only that, but now what's going on? Well, we're just back to the same old, let's promote these people again. Let's promote them. And don't think that a guy like Kevin Spacey isn't planning a comeback. And don't think that a guy like Harvey Weinstein thinks he's going to beat this case, be above the law, and beat whatever they got for him in California as well. Of course he believes that. Of course he believes it. They all believe it. Because in a lot of cases, when you're part of that predator class, you do seem to be above the law. And that's just a sad reality we live under, man. Oh, so to recap the video for those that are watching, coronavirus, 2 tested over in Broome County in upstate New York. That's over by the Pennsylvania border. Of course, they tested negative, but again, there's going to be a lot more of this, in my opinion. I just feel like the more and more it's on television, the more and more it's played up that this is like, you know, the disaster of all disasters and the zombie apocalypse may be on its way. I think you're going to see bigger and bigger hysteria. I don't know that you're actually going to see people turning up with the virus itself. And once again, I don't know what the fatality rate on that virus is realistically going to be. If you were watching what I had to say with Riva, I'd say, you know, maybe 1 out of 100 that gets infected. And seeing as a lot of people aren't going to be infected with this, I mean, what are the numbers? It's more, again, it's more frightening and alarming that 50 million people have been quarantined, that they are building large-scale facilities. Because what's going to happen to those large-scale facilities after the fact? Because this, I'm telling you, this pandemic is not going to last forever. I really feel like this is a beta test to see how to control large populaces through not only an armed police force and the military, but the propaganda tools that the state constantly uses. All right. That being said, guys, I'm doing it 3 to 7 times a day on this channel. We did an Assange update, just so you know. His lawyers recently said, you know, we already knew he was in solitary confinement, basically 23 hours a day. We already knew he was being blocked from seeing any documentation to defend himself. But now lawyers have confirmed that over the past several weeks, he's literally had less than 2 hours to review the documents, which are completely illegal, against him, to extradite him again, illegally to the United States, while the mainstream media completely blacks it out. They don't ask Trump his position on Assange. One time. What can you tell us about Julian Assange and the situation with him, sir? Oh, I don't know much about it. No questions. The alternative media almost silent. The OPCW heating up in the Netherlands and elsewhere. So, I mean, that story internationally, although being suppressed, is not going to go away. And you have MPs for Assange in his home country. Remember, he is an Australian citizen. He is not a U.S. citizen. We have no business extraditing him whatsoever. Chelsea Manning, currently being held in prison after Manning's sentence was commuted by the Obama administration. One of the few things that he did was good. If you want the full update, go check that out. In fact, I'm going to try to get one of the crew from Action for Assange, Andrew, Taylor, Christy, or Steve, on the program to further discuss that and other developments with Assange, because the extradition hearing is coming up rapidly in February. And you know that the deck is stacked against this man. You know that they want to not only make an example out of him, but perhaps never actually go to trial, seeing how crazy and illegal the precedent is to restrict speech globally even further. I love you guys. Go check out my Rockfin, 5 exclusive videos a week over there. There's a link in the description. If you want to financially support me, I got the GoFundMe, and I got nothing but love in my heart for you guys. So I'll see you on the flip.